What's up, everyone? So today I'm going to be telling you 20 ways to make money online. I'm not saying I'm an expert in all of these. I just know they work, or I have friends that did them, or I've did them myself. So I know this will definitely work, whichever one you choose you want to do. I can guarantee you, if you put all your effort and your time into it, you will definitely be successful. So I also want to tell you a few different things. I'm going to tell you what the item is, or what the method is. I'm going to give you a work to reward ratio. So 1 being you have to put in the most work for the least reward. 10 being you have to put in the least work, or the least work for the most output, the most reward. Then I'm also going to be giving you a difficulty level, how difficult it is to start the business and run the business, or the way of making money, and then also the requirements. So what do you need to start, what skills do you need, what time do you need, what money do you need. So let's jump right into it. Let's start off with number 1. So before I start, I just want to tell you that I'm going to be explaining exactly what I do to make money and everything around my business at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be pretty cool. I'm going to be giving you a lot of secrets, a lot of ways to jumpstart and get ahead of the other people. So jumping into number 1 right now, I'm sure you've heard of it. It's called dropshipping. So there are a lot of opinions out there that say dropshipping is dead, it's not going to work anymore, but my opinion differs. 2 reasons. Because number 1, I have 2 friends that are currently doing it and they're making good money out of it and staying profitable. And secondly, it's obvious that if you have a good enough product, which is very important, if you have a good enough product and you have the skills to market it very efficiently using the least amount of money for the most amount of reward, you will definitely be successful in this. So what dropshipping is, you have a supplier probably in China, and you can get that supplier on sites like AliExpress.com. I'll leave a link down below. And your customer will place an order with you. You don't keep stock of the actual product that you're selling, and give the order to your supplier, which directly ships it to your customer. So you are just a middleman. You're adding a margin to that product, or to the cost of that product that the supplier charges you, selling the product to the customer. You don't have to keep any stock, no extra costs, whatever. So I'm gonna give a work to reward ratio on that of 8, because it doesn't require a lot of work. You basically have to have good marketing skills. I'm gonna get to that now. Let me just finish off what I want to say. A difficulty level of 3, as it's really not difficult to do this. You must just know a few things. And the requirements to start, you need to set up a website on Shopify. It doesn't have to be a $1 billion website, doesn't have to look very good. You just basically have to have your product on there and be able to sell it online to a customer. So customers must be able to pay with a credit card for that product on your Shopify store. That's it. And then money-wise, you're going to need money to invest in Facebook ads to market your product to wherever people doesn't have to be in South Africa. I'm South Africa, by the way. So it can be in Europe, America, wherever you want to. You must have money for Facebook ads. And when you start getting profitable, you'll just reinvest money. So you just need a little bit for the startup. You can start small, go big, scaling up your Facebook ads, leveraging. We'll learn all about that on this channel. And yeah, that's about it. Get the products on AliExpress, sell it to your customer. Let's go to number 2. Very similar to drop shipping. I don't know the official term for it. I call it drop servicing. So instead of selling a product to a customer, you are selling a service. But you're not rendering the service yourself. You're getting someone else to do that, to do the service. I'm going to take a quick example of making websites. So you will market to a customer that you make websites. The customer will purchase the service from you. You'll outsource the service to probably a site called Fiverr. I'll definitely leave the link down below. So you'll go into Fiverr, get a reliable website maker or logo designer or whatever you want. He's going to make that logo. He's going to communicate with the client. The key is to get a reliable supplier. He's going to communicate to that client, and you are just a middleman. You just market the service, collect the money, pay the supplier. Easy as that. Once again, you need a website. It doesn't have to be Shopify. And yeah, the customer needs to purchase that service from you. Secondly, some money for Facebook ads. And yeah, the most important thing is getting a trusted supplier which you can use to do the service for the customer. So number 3 on my list is going to be selling workout routines / eating plans. Now this is very, very relevant to me, as I'm a fitness guy. I'm in the fitness sphere, and I have a lot of friends that do this, and I know it works. You can make a lot of money off this. It doesn't really cost you anything. You just have to have the knowledge of eating and training, be able to translate that into a program that someone can follow, and you're good to go. I'm going to give that a work to reward ratio of 7, because there's not a lot of work you have to do for the amount of money you're getting, depending on what you charge. And difficulty, if you're in this field already, it's going to be super easy for you to do, because you don't have to think, you don't have to do research, you don't have to plan anything. Oh, maybe a bit of planning, but I'm going to give it a difficulty of 2, because I've done it before. It's like planning a document and specifying it to that person's needs. Very easy to do. You must just have knowledge, and it helps if you have a community to which you can sell this to. So number 4 on this list is going to be making and selling an ebook. Work to reward ratio of 9, difficulty 2. Now there's an asterisk, there's some terms and conditions. If you know how to write, this is going to be easy. And if you know what you're talking about, this is going to be easy. Let's say you're a real estate developer, you know a lot about real estate, and you think that you can give people a secret or a way to make money using real estate. Designing an ebook is not going to be difficult for you, because you already know what you're talking about. And making the ebook is going to be the initial investment in time and money, and then you'll get that royalties or the money from that ebook for the rest of your life. This is also a form of passive income, which I'm going to be discussing on this YouTube channel in the future. So work to reward ratio of 9, difficulty of 2. Let's get into the next one. Number 5, trading shares. Work to reward ratio of 3, difficulty 7. Why I say this has a difficulty of a 7 is because if you want to be successful, you'll have to have some serious financial knowledge, financial management knowledge, and accounting knowledge, everything regarding that. You'll have to be able to value companies or speculate by reading the news or whatever, what companies are going to go up, what are going to go down. I have done this before, but I prefer more long-term trading shares. So I have shares in Apple, Facebook, Google, companies like that, top blue chip companies. But if you want to make money quickly, you'll have to learn exactly how it works. I'm not going to tell you how it works because I'm not an FSP and I'm not sure exactly how it works. I just know the long-term investing game, that's going to be good for you. That's easy, and there's not any work. You just need a lot of money to make money. That's the gist of it. So number 6 on my list, I'm gonna say that you have to join Fiverr. Remember, I spoke about Fiverr just a bit earlier. Fiverr is a site where you can buy or sell services. So let's say you're good at making logos or drawing postcards, or you're good at designing websites. You can use that skill and sell it on Fiverr. So it's very easy. Just go on fiverr.com and place an ad, or like place your service thing. I'm not going to tell you exactly how to do that. It's going to be a whole different video if I ever do that. But you can make a lot of money off that. It's cheap, it's quick, it's efficient. I'm going to give it a work to money reward ratio of 5, because you'll have to work for your money. If you're making websites, you're going to have to work for that. And a difficulty of 4, because if you know how it works, it's going to be easy for you. If you can make a website in 10 minutes, it's going to be easy for you. So depending on what you do, The 4 can vary. It's not that difficult. So number 7, I'm gonna say blogging. So usually blogging about a topic, and the way you'll make money off this is by collecting ad revenue, or you can do sponsorships or affiliate links, whatever. Today I'm going to be focusing on blogging. Blogging is a way to get traffic to your page, see whatever you're talking about, and then if you have a product or service related to that, let's say that you're very good at making websites, you'll blog about websites, everything related to websites. Search engine optimization is a good example. So you'll make a good blog about that. You'll get thousands of visitors that come read this blog article, see, wow, this guy knows what he's talking about. So then you'll click on make a website with me, and that's how you'll make money. Or if you have a ton of visitors coming each month, think more related to a news channel or something like that, you can display ads on your website, which will make money for you in return. That's also passive income, because you do initial work, lots of people come in, see the ads, and you get paid for not doing anything. So that's going to be number 7. Work to reward ratio for blogging, that's going to be a 2, because there's a lot of work that goes into it for not that much reward. If you're going for ads, it's not going to be that much reward, and a difficulty of 3, because it's not really difficult to blog. It just takes a lot of time to write whatever you're writing, and if you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing. So number 8 on this list is making an app. So this is quite a cool one. Very difficult to do if you don't know how to do it. But I guess if you know how to do it, this is very lucrative. A work to reward ratio of about 5 or 6 or 7, because there is a lot of work that goes into it, but you get a lot of money. Especially in South Africa, if there are companies outside that want an app made, the minimum amount they will pay you is 40,000 Rand. This is just like the bare minimum that I've done my research, because I'd love to learn how to make an app. Is it worth it? Do your research. So 40,000 Rand for making an app. You'll definitely have to learn how to code. You'll have to learn few different programming languages. You have to get on the App Store, which is iOS or Android. So there's a few different things that you have to consider before doing that. But if you know how to code, make an app. I promise you, there's a ton of companies outside that would want an app to be made for their company. Any company can benefit from an app, because it's an offline software. So you don't need to be online to use an app. So you can browse their services, browse their products, play a game, whatever, using an app. I'm going to be leaving a link down below to a Udemy course which explains exactly how to make an app, what programming languages you'll have to learn to make an app. So definitely check out that link to Udemy, explaining exactly how you can get started at this. So number 9 on this list is starting a podcast. Have you ever thought about starting a podcast? So if you don't know what a podcast is, it's 2 or more people joined, whatever. It can be next to each other, or it can be over the internet, discussing a certain topic. So you may ask, how do I make money from this? Once again, they'll come in the form of ads and sponsorships. So let's say you attract a monthly listeners amount of 10,000 or 100,000. People would be, or companies out there would be willing to pay for you to have their product marketed to 10,000 or 100,000 different people. So starting a podcast, what you'll need is you'll need a little bit of equipment like microphones, maybe some video cameras if you plan to put it onto YouTube or Instagram, whatever. But it's also possible just doing this with a phone's microphone, especially Apple. Or I'm an Apple guy, so I know Apple's reliable. You don't have to worry about it. That's about it, what you're going to need for making a podcast. Work to reward ratio of about 5, because it does take a lot of work to do these podcasts, and it does take some time to get set up. But once you're set up, I mean, if you're an international podcast, you're going to be making millions of dollars. So podcasts are very popular right now. If you see this video, start it right now if you want to make money off that. Number 10 on this list is my personal favorite. It's going to be making websites. This is, for me, such a passion. I love making websites, and added it at number 10. It's not the last one I'm referring to, or I referred to earlier, but there's a few different ways to make websites. I'm going to give you a massive shortcut right here. So what you're going to do is Google Adobe Muse. It's software that Adobe makes, the same people that make Photoshop. It's basically drag and drop software, but allows you to customize quite a lot without actually learning how to code websites, how to program websites. So I used to do this, I still do this, and let me tell you, there's a lot of money in that, because you can charge a lot of money for a website which is designed very custom to a customer's needs without actually touching a line of code. So go into Adobe Muse, check that out. I'll leave a link down below. You have to note that Adobe Muse is discontinued, but you're still able to download the software. Other than that, you can learn how to code websites. You're going to have to learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript as programming languages to know how everything works. And yeah, that's about it for making websites. I'm going to give that a work to reward ratio of 7 because it's very lucrative. If you know how to do this, and you can make a website in, let's say, 2 or 3 hours like I can, and you can charge 15,000 Rand for that's about $1,000, probably less now, for a few hours work. That's super lucrative. You can turn this into a big business if you want to, if you have the time. Easy money. So next up on the list, number 11 is going to be a freelance journalist. So in this case, what you'll do is you'll go to companies, let's say news companies or whatever, ask them, is there a position for freelancing? Freelancing is just you sit or you work remotely. They give you something to write about. Like I know I want a journalist right now actually to write about fitness for me. So I'm gonna open a position for a journalist writing about fitness. So what you need to be a freelance journalist is you need a computer, obviously. Well, for most of these things you need a computer, but you also have to be quite intelligent because you'll have to write out a lot of stuff. You must know how to write, and you must also be creative, because if you're going to be boring like everyone else, it's not going to work out. People are not going to pay for that. They want something that's out of the box and creative. So a work to reward on that, I would give like a 4, because it's a lot of work, it's a lot of writing, and the money may not be that good. Difficulty, if you know how to do it, 2 or 3, because if you know how to write, if you are a creative person, it's going to come naturally to you. Easy. Next up on the list is number 12. I'm going to say this is consulting about a certain topic. So let's say you are an engineer, or you've just studied an engineering degree, you like electrical work, you can become a consultant. So if you're an engineer, you obviously know this. I'm just making an example. Go online, make a website for yourself called a portfolio website, stating that you can do this and this and this. This is your previous work, this is your project that you've done before, and then start marketing to potential customers. Go to businesses out there that you see or believe they have a need for you. You can provide them with a solution for a problem they have. You can say or name your price, and if the problem is big enough and you can solve it, they'll pay it. So I'm going to give a work to reward ratio of 8, because usually it's not a lot of work. You already have it up here, and the reward is great. If you hit contracts with big companies, you're going to be making a lot of money. Difficulty, how difficult is it getting a degree? How difficult is being an engineer? Or how difficult is it to change a light bulb? It really depends. I'm going to give it a difficulty of 4, just because if you know how to do it, it's going to come naturally to you. Just make sure that you are a consultant about something specific.
Not a consultant on cars. Super general thing. Rather be a consultant on engines or injectors or something very specific that you can use to leverage yourself out there about your specific knowledge. So that's number 12.
Number 13 on this list is one I had to add in because South Africans love doing this. So number 13, I'm going to say, is making a product yourself and selling it online. So I've seen this many times where people, as an example, make jewelry. They make it themselves with their own hands, buy the supplies or whatever, make it and then market it online, or leather bags or something like that. It's going to be super cool if you can do that. A work to reward ratio of probably like 6, because it will take a lot of work to do, but if you can hit the right market, if you can become famous on the internet, you're going to be making a lot of money, and you can have a wide customer base for that specific project. Whereas if you go door to door, how it's done pre-internet, it's going to take you a lot longer to make the same amount of money. Difficulty, if you know how to do it, it's going to be easy for you. I'm going to say 3 over 4, because it's not that difficult. You must know how to set up a website though if you want to sell it online, and you must know how to market it, whether that be Facebook ads or targeting customers via email lists or whatever. So let's jump right into the next one. So 14. This is an interesting one. It's something that my brother did, and that's why I'm adding it to this list. So number 14 is make music and put it on internet platforms, whether that be Spotify, Apple Music, or SoundCloud if you're not that popular yet. If you have a market, if you have a community around that, it's going to be very easy for you to make music and put it out there and have people download that, and you'll get money from the rights to that. So if you get big, obviously you're going to be making a ton of money. It does take a long time to get there. So don't expect to become famous overnight. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that if you like making music or something in that direction, this is something you can do. Focus on getting it to as much people as possible, and try and get a publisher for your work so that you can get the royalties for that music. A work to money reward ratio, I'm going to say about a 3 to 4, because it does take a long time to get there, and once you get the money, it's good. The money is excellent. Difficulty, if you know how to do it, it's going to be okay for you. You will need some sound equipment. You'll have to have some technical knowledge, maybe some difficult software, things like that. What you're going to need. It can raise the difficulty. I'm going to give it a 7. So it's quite difficult to do that, but definitely possible. Number 15 on this list, and very relevant to you because you are on YouTube watching this, start a YouTube channel. So how do I make money off of this? There are a ton of different ways. Firstly, add revenue off the YouTube channel. What you'll need for that is 1,000 subscribers, and I believe it's 4,000 hours of watch time for your total video watch time, and your account will be reviewed by Google Ads, and you'll be able to place ads on your videos and get money off that. A simple calculation I can give you is an average is about $7 for 1,000 views once your account is set up. That I've heard to go up to like $15 per 1,000 views. So do the math yourself. It's a lot of money. It's possible to do that. Another way on YouTube is by getting sponsors. So let's say there's a toothbrush company out there that want their product seen by you as a dentist making videos. They're going to give you their products for free, and probably a lot of money if you have the right audience for them to present their product. So sponsors, you can do that, or affiliates. Affiliates is one of the things I'm going to tell you about now. But a popular one out there is a scale. So a scale company that you weigh yourself on will reach out to you, give you the scale, whatever, give you a link to their website, a link specific to you. Drop that in the description of your video, and everyone that visits that link is gonna generate a commission for you if that person buys that product off the website. So 10% commission on every scale you sell. A scale sells for $15, $1.5 in commission times how many followers you have or how big your audience is. It can quickly add up to a lot of money. I forgot to tell you, work to reward ratio on a YouTube channel, it's going to be low. It's going to be about a 2 or 3 because it takes a lot of time to build a community around YouTube. But once you've done it, it's also a form of passive income because your views will still come in from the videos you've posted before. You'll get the ad money. That's cool. I'm going to give it about a 2 to 3 work to reward ratio. Difficulty, I'm going to give it a 6 because you must know how to edit videos, how to shoot videos, and how to make creative content. So let's jump right into number 16. Going off the affiliates is becoming an affiliate. So a lot of people don't know about this, but almost all websites, almost all companies, including my company, has an affiliate program by which they pay you a commission for selling or help promoting their product. I just used the scale example, exactly the same. So people use your link to buy a product, you get commission off that, or a discount code or something in that shape, way or form. You can go to virtually about any website, they'll have an affiliate program, sign up for that program, post the links in your blog, in your YouTube, in wherever you want, and people will click on those links, you'll get money off that. Work to reward ratio of a 6 because it's not a lot of work. You just have to get the link, sign up for the program, and promote it to your audience. Get a lot of money doing that. And a difficulty of 3 because it's not difficult to do that. As soon as I simply told you how to do it, you can literally go on Google, do it right now. So number 17 is a quite specific one, is a UI or a UX designer. So if you don't know what a UI UX designer is, it's a user interface / user experience designer. User interface, think of an app that you like.
What does the app look like? Obviously, if you're a designer, you're going to be knowing a lot more than me about it. You can design that interface. There's buttons there, there's graphics there, there's colors there. Very important also psychologically for the user. Where does he click? Where does his eyes look? Everything like that. And user experience, basically the same. How does the app work? Is there any bugs in the app? Is there problems relating to the app? And how does the user experience the app? Does everything work seamlessly, or does it you have to go there and there and there to get some
type of result? So a UI UX designer, you're going to need specific software. There's a ton of different softwares out there. Just an example is Adobe XD. So a work to reward ratio on UI UX design, I'm gonna give it a 4 because it does take a lot of work, and you have to know your story when doing this. But once you are popular, once you have a big customer base, there's a lot of money in that. So why not do it? Difficulty, I'm gonna give it a 6 or 7. Because it is quite difficult to know exactly everything that goes on in the psychology of designing and marketing to humans. So there's a lot of stuff regarding that. If you are a designer, you're going to be knowing exactly what I'm speaking about. So if you want to get into this, I'm going to be dropping a link down below explaining to a YouTube video explaining exactly what it is and how you can get into it. Jumping right into the next one is number 18, is teach something on Udemy. I have mentioned this before. So Udemy is a website where you can basically go and learn anything. If you want to know how to learn how to develop websites, go to Udemy. It's going to tell you exactly what you need to learn, different levels, beginner, intermediate, advanced. I think there's 100,000 courses on Udemy that people can learn basically virtually any skill that you want. So I'm definitely leaving a link at number 18. Go check it out, udemy.org.com, whatever. Just click on the link and just go explore, just check what's out there. Especially now in lockdown, there's nothing to do really, so go check what's out there and help yourself. Number 19 on this list, and I have to wrap it up because my battery is going. It's going to be Instagram community. So if you have a big booty, or you like selling watches or something like that, you have a niche, start an Instagram page, get followers that love that thing that you do. So I'm going to use an example of watches. Get people that like expensive watches, get people that like cheap watches, the newest watches, old watches, get a lot of people around that, and then create a product to market to that people. It's very easy to get people that are interested in what you're interested, love what you love, what you're passionate about. So then create a program, create a software, or create a course or something, market it to that people, get a lot of money for that. So I forgot to say, work to reward ratio for Udemy, I'm going to give it a 6 and a difficulty level of 3. If you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing. It's not going to be that difficult. So you're going to be needing a lot of time for your Instagram page. It can be in the form of a dedicated page to watchers, or a funny page, or memes, or fitness community, anything like that. Just get a lot of followers, make a product, and sell it to them. It's a lot more difficult than it sounds, so I'm going to give it a work to reward ratio of about 8, because or let me rather say a 2, because there's a lot of work and you'll eventually get big, make the money. Difficulty of about 6, just due to the sheer amount of time it takes to build a community as big as that. The last one, so what I do is I've started a clothing brand. So I don't want you to start a clothing brand, I'm just saying a brand in general. It does take a lot of time, it takes a lot of work. You must find suppliers of whatever you're trying to sell, in my case shirts. So we went through, I think it was like 5 or 6 different suppliers. Each one you have to purchase a sample, you have to import it, pay import taxes, pay import duties, pay shipping. It's quite expensive depending on what you want to do, but very lucrative in the end. I can say my experience, it's not just about the money. I have had a lot of good experiences with this. I've made so many friends with this, and I love what I'm doing. I love the product that I'm selling. I wear and I love the product that I'm selling every single day. So you'll need a lot of different things for this. You'll need marketing skills, you'll need sales skills. Hey, so I'm back. My camera's battery went flat. Just quickly going to wrap up and say that it is very worth it to start your own brand, just due to the amount of experience you'll gain from that, learning how to do all the different functions of a business, as well as the friendships you'll make and the actual experiences you'll go through. So that is my list of 20 things you can do during lockdown or not, to make money online. So I just want to say that remember that I'm going to leave links down below for each of these. For every one of them I'll try to explain a bit more, or either referring you to a Udemy course on the respective thing that I told you. And yeah, so let me know in the comments if there's anything that you guys would like to see a specific video on, because I can definitely make that and explain a bit more about one topic instead of doing 20. And then if you found any value out of this video, if this inspired you to do something or to learn a new skill, please, all I ask from you is just press the like button. It's literally so easy. Just scroll down, press the like button. You don't have to subscribe if you don't want to. Just press that like button for me. It'll really help me a lot. So yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and tune in for the next one. See you then. Bye bye.